And welcome back, guys, to the ESL Canyon Endurance Premiership. We got Playday 5 coming up, and the Open League 1 is about to start on the track. And together with me on the caster's couch is Hacker.
Hello.
And Haxe.
Hello.
And we are about to start, so maybe some expectations from you? What do you think?
Whew. I mean, looking at the point table, I would say that Focus On has a good chance to get points, and the same goes for Smurfs 1. But both teams have kind of not their best drivers on the roster right now. It's only Mighty, so only one driver for Focus On, and Bedkit and Steven for Smurfs, so I'm still guessing they're gonna place good, but I don't know who's gonna win.
We see two respawns already just at the start, so we saw two people flying off the track.
Wow.
Just before the second checkpoint. So that's interesting.
Now who was it? Little and Mighty, right?
Yeah, indeed.
That's gonna cost them a lot. Starting the match with 10 seconds behind. And Steven is doing donuts? No.
Steven? What's happening in this race?
I don't know what happened to Steven.
Steven is doing some random stuff here, and it doesn't seem like he's actually... I don't know, man.
I hope he doesn't think it's the warm-up.
I think he still does think that it's the warm-up.
Uh-oh, that's not good.
Someone should tell him it's not. Maybe he just confused the map with the old one and tried to drive the looping and realized he couldn't.
I mean, he wrote good luck, have fun in the chat, so he must know that. Yeah, anyway, let's get back to the race. We got Smithereens currently leading in front of Sora and Fat Kid on third. Razor Money just behind, entering the left drift. Razor Money with a bit more speed, passing Fat Kid. Both going for the drift on the right. You can also go for a full speed line there, which is actually probably faster.
It is a bit more risky though, because if you take it full speed, the hill afterwards you could jump, and that's a big mistake you make.
Indeed. Anyway, Razor Money just drops down a little bit, leaves Fat Kid on third place. On fifth place we got Hay, but apparently he dropped down to sixth place behind Steven. So he must have made a mistake. Seventh place goes to Mighty at the moment. Country run on 8, and Little on last place currently, but he's still close by, so anything can happen in this 24-lap race.
Close by is also relative. If you check the times already, it's 18 seconds that the last two places are behind. Already in lap, what is it, lap 3?
Yeah, lap 3. Well, we see quite some mistakes here in the beginning of the race already. So that's quite interesting to see. Only 9 players as well in the track.
That means
it's a little different.
Is missing completely again.
Of course.
And as you mentioned at the start, Focus On is missing 1 player, so both Richie and Jay just didn't show up, meaning Mighty has to drive alone.
Yeah, and Mighty probably did not train or something, or not much at least. So that might explain his 6th position at the moment. So Focus On definitely not taking the best amount of points out of this race.
And they will need them, because they're 2nd place right now and could be overtaken if the Dürre team does good points, what they seem to be doing right now at least.
Yeah, absolutely.
Places 1 and 3.
Quite interesting to see as well that we have 4 people at the front being quite close to each other, and then we have a big gap down to Steven, which is almost 10 seconds. So that's unusual to see in this kind of race.
And also makes it a bit hard to commentate, because there won't be many fights going on.
Indeed.
Yeah, a lot of no-train people I just heard, so...
I think the closest we have right now is 2nd to 1st, so around Smithereens.
Yeah, I think so too.
Both within 0.3 something of a second. And I don't know if it can be heard on the stream, but Smithereens keeps hurting his horn, which is a very bad version of the Titanic song.
Oh really? I can't hear it, unfortunately.
You should count yourself lucky that you can't hear it.
So as you can see, Smithereens is actually going for the full speed line in that right corner.
Yeah, I think he said himself that he feels more safe doing that, so that's what I would recommend too. And there he goes. Just as I mentioned, so if he touches the wall.
Gets overtaken by Sora. Sora taking over the lead in this race.
Which is also first, I think, that we see a TWE guy in the lead.
Yep, that's for sure. Usually it's Kantiran and, I don't know, the second guy. Usually in the back of the field, but this time it's Sora. Good player, definitely. And he will bring some points to the team, so that's going to be quite important.
And there we see Steven getting the best lap, so he's at least trying to catch up, although the 10-second gap he has to first place is going to take some while to catch up on.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, Steven did pretty well in the last race.
Definitely.
So he definitely has the potential to make something happen. But 10-second gap to catch that up, that's quite hard. That's for sure.
I don't know if we can, but we could try and compare lap times a bit. Checking Sora, Smithereens when they cross the line and see how much faster, if anything, Steven is with his times.
Steven was on 11 seconds and he's now on 10.7, so he is faster than Sora.
Yeah, that does not surprise me though.
Yeah, going by the times that Sora just drove, he just did a 54.8 something, so Steven is 1 second and a bit faster in that lap.
Fatkid making big mistake.
Oh yeah, Fatkid almost did a full stop there in that.
Right before the long checkpoints too, that's normally a fast speed part.
Yeah, you definitely want that speed, and if you crash just before it...
You might get overtaken by Steven actually.
You're gonna lose quite a lot of time, and yeah, indeed, Steven is actually catching up here real quick. So it's now pretty close battle between the two teammates. Oh, but Steven touching the inside wall. Goes for a little too risky line there.
So it's only 3 people left that are not 10 seconds behind the
first. Oh, but Fatkid with an additional mistake on the right side this time at the exit.
This match definitely has a lot of crashes and touches.
Yeah, that's quite remarkable that we see so many mistakes in this race.
So quite surprising. Sora doing well, yeah.
Yeah. Meanwhile, the gap increased between Sora and Smithereens. It's now 1.2 seconds on the previous checkpoint. And it keeps growing, 1.3. So Sora definitely keeping up a solid pace on this track.
And we might actually get the first overlap pretty soon. The gap between Sora and last place Little is 1 minute and 17 seconds. Which means there should have been an overlap already.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, 29 checkpoints, that should be 2 laps almost.
That definitely was an overlap, because Little in last place crashed again at the many castle checkpoints and had to reset.
That's definitely an overlap.
So what we're looking at with Sora is the second overlap happening soon.
Just 8 laps into the race and we have the first overlap. That's also not the standard in this kind of race, to be honest.
Definitely not.
But yeah, anything can happen in this game. And especially on a track like this, where mistakes are being punished quite hard, especially in that full speed section. It does not surprise me that much.
Many make a mistake?
Hey.
Yeah, Money dropping down.
Oh,
6 seconds, indeed.
I thought you said Mighty. Yeah, the gaps are growing. We don't have any 2 drivers close by anymore, sadly.
Yeah, we shouldn't close it out that early. Still plenty of time left in this race.
No, the places are definitely not set in stone yet.
As we see Sora closing into his teammates, going for the overlap.
That's his 3rd one this race.
Fatkid currently just more than 2 seconds ahead of Steven, his teammate. So he needs to rely on a little mistake here if he wants to catch up.
Oh, and I think Little just left?
Yeah, Little just left the server apparently.
Interesting.
So that might have been a rage quit from his side.
Yeah, I mean, he was 1.5 minutes behind already.
Yeah, so yeah, the motivation might be gone in that case.
Yeah.
So
can
yeah,
see that
little
happening.
out of the race, and only 8 people left on the track.
Also, Smithereens must have had a big crash. He's behind Money now and 11 seconds behind Sora. When did that happen?
Oh yeah, indeed. Wow, what happened there? Totally missed it. So Smithereens finds himself on 3rd place now after being just 1.5 seconds behind Sora on first.
I guess
Oh
it must
yeah,
have been the full speed part again,
yeah, for sure.
with that big of a time loss.
I agree. So yeah, Smithereens definitely.
That also means the closest gap is between Steven and Smithereens now in 3rd and 4th.
Gaining fast.
So we might have something to look at fight-wise.
Yeah, let's have a look at Steven.
Now, looking
we
at
can
Steven,
make
there's
something
also
happen.
one driver between him and Smee, but that's Kantiran. He's in 2nd last place right now, so that's not an overtake, that's an overlap.
Yep, the second one for Kantiran, so he's 2 laps behind. So let's see if Steven can potentially make something happen here. He's looking to catch up here a little bit to Smithereens. So Steven is definitely taking advantage of these mistakes by all the players, since he did a mistake himself. But,
and if you check his checkpoint times, he's driving really good times too.
Yeah.
Like right now he's on pace on a 0.4, which I think is his PB if he manages to do that. Very close actually.
Yeah, looking pretty good for Steven. But also Smithereens is keeping up with his speed.
Oh, also Money must have touched somewhere too, because Money and Smithereens are right next to each other now. So Steven might do a double overtake sometime soon.
Yeah, he might. And Sora is the one who profits the most, because he's now 11 seconds ahead.
I don't think he has done a single mistake yet this race.
Yeah, that might be possible. So Sora is definitely doing a good job. Oh, but Steven!
Oh no.
Messes up the drift in the downhill, and look how much time he loses by that mistake. That is really unfortunate.
It won't cost him a position though.
Yeah, obviously not, but it's all about the time loss, and that's
it will make
pretty
it
big
much
here
harder
in this
to
case.
catch up to 2nd and 3rd place now.
Alright, let's have a look at Razor Money. Let's see if he can make something happen. I mean, it doesn't really matter if he actually overtakes his teammate or not, because they will receive the same amount of points anyway. But
it's always good to have
for the
someone
race, it's always
you.
interesting to have a battle.
Yeah.
No mistake this time. Avoids the mistake which Steven did in the previous lap. Always want to make sure to end the drift in time, so you can start another one just after the downhill. Very important.
If I'm not mistaken, the gap to Sora is not shrinking or getting bigger, so Smithereens and Sora are pretty much driving the same times each lap. If they're not crashing, that is.
Very, very stable right now. But Smithereens is definitely slightly faster than his teammate right now. He's getting away. Just a little bit, but slowly but surely he's getting away. 10 laps remaining in this race. And that's still plenty of time to make some mistakes and to maybe turn the whole result around.
Could especially get interesting if Sora makes the mistakes, because then the other gaps shrink from 10 to 20. Shrink 10 to 20 seconds. So that will put the field much closer together.
Yeah, true. That kind of reminds me of last week, where we had Fury with the same amount of seconds ahead.
On the same lap as well.
Fury was around, I don't know, 12, 13 seconds ahead. And then he made a mistake, like just before the end of the race.
Steven respawned.
Oh, that's at the start of the lap as well.
Oh yeah, Steven, not looking good here. Bad speed for Steven, so he probably did a mistake somewhere in the entry of that wall ride or something.
He lost 9 seconds.
Yeah, he stayed up in the wall, so stayed up high, and then he crashed.
Okay, that's of course not what you want to do there.
He did lose a position to his teammate, but didn't lose any points, luckily. Ooh, and jumps again here.
Oh, Steven not with the best line again. He tried to save himself by using the brake trick to switch the direction, but still not enough to keep ground contact on the uphill. Steven losing additional time down to Mighty, so Mighty might just overtake if Steven continues to make these mistakes, even though they're just small mistakes, but they all add up
quick on this track.
Ooh. Oh,
this
Mighty
time it was
falling
Mighty.
down on the... Oh!
That was probably the same mistake Steven did last time, or close to it at least.
Yeah, that might be possible indeed. So Mighty just turned too much on the wall, right, and as a result he just flew off. And yeah, had to respawn, and now he's 15 seconds behind Steven again.
Which doesn't help us because we now have not really anyone who's close together.
Not much battles going on.
No.
Well, Sora is doing a really good job.
Definitely.
Yeah, Sora keeping up a good pace, setting stable lap times every time.
Might not
That's
be the
of
fastest,
course
but at least
what
he's
you
not
need
crashing.
in this race. So definitely a good decision by TWE to bring Sora into the lineup, because that will bring some valuable points for the overall result.
Definitely. It won't help them catch up in the overall lineup, but it will help them stay ahead for Asia, who are behind them by 4 points. So that will be solidified. And I think Smithereens got a bit closer to Zora over the last 2 laps, but only by 0.3. And he needs much more than that to catch up with Zora in the last 6 laps.
Yeah. So 6 laps remaining on this track. Smithereens still 11 seconds behind Sora, so we really need Sora to make a mistake. Otherwise, I think his first place is very safe.
Yeah. I think all the places are relatively safe unless someone does a mistake somewhere. The smallest gap we have is between 2nd and 3rd,
Whoa,
and that's 2 teammates.
Even at 38 seconds suddenly?
Did you make a mistake again? Yeah, I think he did.
Yeah, Steven definitely made another extra mistake there.
So he's closer to Mighty again. But it's still 5 seconds between them.
But it's pretty much what we had before. Kind of the same gap. So it's kind of a back and forth on this race with all the mistakes being made. But in the end, the positions don't really change that much because the gaps are just so big.
Yeah, it's settled.
Well, not yet, but pretty much.
Yeah, I mean 7th and 8th are definitely... Oh, Steven with another extra mistake in the checkpoint straight. And oh, he's just
and here comes
so
Mighty
much
and
to get back.
overtakes him.
And Mighty takes advantage from this huge mistake and takes over that 5th position. Wow, Steven is
that's a really bad place to crash.
Especially if you happen to like crash in between those checkpoints, you have to get back. Like you have to squeeze yourself between these checkpoints again to actually get back into the line, you know?
Yeah.
And Steven was actually struggling to rotate, like to turn around his car again. And
the checkpoints are quite tight, so it's not that easy.
Yeah. So Steven lost so much time.
In the front, we also have Money
least.
and Smithereens losing some time apparently. They're at 15 and 19 seconds now, so Sora's lead is even more, or even bigger now.
I think Sora is the only one who avoids the mistakes. I don't know if Sora made a mistake. I mean, it might have happened, like one small wall touch or something.
Yeah, it wasn't a big crash like the others.
But Sora is definitely the fastest and the most stable driver
16
in
seconds.
this race. Yeah, 16 seconds. Is it the biggest gap we've had so far
Yeah.
It might be.
in the season? Might be.
We said it before, but now with 3 laps remaining.
Oh, Money doing a wall touch right in front of the castle checkpoints, but he caught himself. He gets overtaken by his teammate though.
Yeah, unlucky place once again. So that's just another example. Really want to go really safe in that part, and especially next week where we have the Premier League driving. I think that's going to be a very crucial part because people are going to risk. I can predict it because people are going to risk in that part because it's a fast part, you know. So
You want to
you
carry
can
as much
gain
speed as
quite a
you
lot of
can.
time there.
Will be interesting next week.
Yeah, very looking forward to that. So the final 2 laps coming up. And Sora just continues to extend his lead, 19.2 seconds for Sora from Germany. Continuing to do really well in this race. And,
From Germany.
yeah, I just had to point
We
out
actually
right
have
here.
a triple German lead, I think. I don't know where Fat Kid is from. Is he also from Germany?
Yeah, Fat
Yes,
Kid
he
from
is. So
Germany
we have a
as well.
quadruple German lead in this race.
Oh, Fat Kid with a mistake! Fat Kid with a mistake on
Actually
the
getting
exit of
overtaken by Mighty.
the wall right. And he drops down to 5th place. Mighty overtaking him. And Steven, Steven also with a mistake, it seems. Steven also doing some zigzagging. So what an ending here to the race. So let's have a look at Sora. He's approaching the ending. Final lap for him.
German karma. Yeah. Yeah. You will see what happens next week on this map. We will see.
Oh,
Yeah.
that was awesome.
Don't shout it out too loud.
Anyway, Sora.
I think we can call the last placement now.
Going for the last turn, Sora taking 1st place for TWE GG. 21 minutes, 52 seconds. Pretty solid run. GG.
Good game indeed.
Next up is Smithereens. Last corner for him. And there he goes. GG. 22 minutes, 12 seconds. Next up is his teammate, Razor Money, finishing 5 seconds behind. And now it's Mighty on 4th place, so he profited a lot from all the mistakes by the end of the race. So Mighty taking over 4th place for Focus On. Very important placement. These points are definitely contributing to the overall result. So Mighty taking 4th place. Bad Kid with the unfortunate mistake only on 5th place.
Followed by Steven on 6th, who does a couple of drifts to end it.
Yeah.
And now we have to wait for Hay and Canturan to drive another lap, I think.
Yep, both drivers still in lap 23. So still plenty of time left until they finish. Not actually sure if they're gonna make it until the finish. That's gonna be interesting to know.
21 CPs in 1 minute 30. Woo.
Well, it's only 21 CPs because there's this long stretch of castle CPs that's 10 by itself.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah, definitely gonna be interesting. Maybe Hay is gonna make it, but I'm not sure about Country Run.
I think he only has 1 lap left. Or coming up to 1 lap left with 1 minute and 10
Hay
left.
is definitely, yes. He's on the last lap. Yeah. Catching the final bunch of checkpoints on the straights, and now...
And Canturan just started his last lap. So unless he full stops somewhere, he should be able to make it too.
Indeed. So yeah, what a race.
Lots of crashes, not really expected. And the end result is also surprising with Sora finishing 1st.
Yeah.
But definitely deserved in this case.
Absolutely. So Hay taking 7th place, GG to him. And now it's Country Run moving towards the end of the race.
Oh no!
Oh, that's not good. That's not good. So country run flying off the track has to respawn.
He still has
That was-
20 seconds though. It should
That
be
was a
possible
really
to
good
finish.
fly.
Do you think so?
Yeah, he should have enough time. He's on the strike
Yeah,
now with
he's
10
gonna
seconds
make it.
left. Definitely.
Country run going for another extra wall touch.
And there we go.
And there we go. GG.
GG.
Open League 1, everyone finished, it's over.
Yeah, that's
Hey,
it from our side.
Yes.
Thanks for tuning in. Hope you enjoyed the cast, and make sure to tune in next week for the Playday number 6. So yeah, see ya.
Bye bye.
See ya.
Bye bye.